So, as I have absolutely zero under seat storage on the R1, I unfortunately have to hold my EpiPen and everything else in my pockets. I am very, very allergic to bees. My helmet is talking to me. Oh my god, I don't want to say a command. Shut up. Thank you. Alright, fully geared up. It's time to do this. Oh god. I'm nervous. I'm nervous already. Oh man, and the shake started. Okay, I made it. Extreme ruckusing. Fuck, I forgot my phone. So a lot of you guys were saying you need to be riding with full gear. Believe me, I do. This is the Alpine Stars GP Air, and I'm not even sure what my pants are, but these are the SMX 9s or 7. I think my old ones are 7s. I think these are 9s. I could be wrong. One of you guys will correct me. So when I hop on this bike, I already have that, like, I'm committing a felony kind of feeling. Not a bad feeling. I do love riding this bike. It's just something a little more appealing about being more vertical and having my rear sets so I'm not sure what it is, but there's something about this bike that causes a feeling of uneasiness. It feels like driving a car while sitting on the roof in comparison to the FZs. Bumps are a lot more exaggerated, suspension's a lot harsher. It feels like you're 2 seconds away from going over the front of the bars, the back of the bike, as well as side to side. Makes it kind of hard to gauge how much you're actually leaning, and then input from the road doesn't feel as pronounced as it does on the FZ. The FZ feels a lot more like riding a dirt bike. Love this pipe though. Sounds great. It doesn't look the best in my opinion, but see, my approach to these corners is completely different on this bike, and I don't feel like it should be. I feel like I'm going face first into something as opposed to bike first into something. Whereas on the FZ, it feels like, you know, you're riding the bike as opposed to the bike riding you. It kind of feels like I'm a spider sitting on top of a Matchbox car and just going along for the ride. I don't know if you guys can hear the throttle, but I'm in mode B, and trying to modulate the throttle smoothly is difficult even in B. Wop, 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 wop. I'm really not moving the throttle at all. It's just extremely touchy. you're getting into it though. And really dangerous, because this is 25-mile-an-hour zone. Hello? Jesus. Sorry, hold on. Say that again? Hey, how's it going, man? I'm on my motorcycle right now, but I'm heading back home. Sounds good, bud. Alright, peace. So it's really easy to go way too fast, just simply for the fact that this bike does not feel right when you're cruising. I mean, here's my knees, here's my upper thigh, and the rest of the bike is way the fuck down there. So I think one of the bigger things about this bike that's so uncomfortable for me is me being 6'7" and the factory rear sets being what would be considered higher or sportier. For the average person might be good, but for me, my heel, I'm doing this between the back of my heel and my butt cheek, and this is all the room that I have between the back of my heel and my ass. So I'm definitely squished into a very crouched, fetal, dead position. I can't really think of a better term, but I'm crouched into a very crouched and dead spider kind of position, where I'm just like a ball of limbs, feels like. Anti-wheelie control is great. I gotta give the bike that. I could feel the front wanting to come up and the engine retarding its power to keep the front end down. Sounds like my STI. Alright, stop by the shop, grab some cash, take a look at myself in the reflection. Still looking good, in case you were wondering. So my wife challenged me to a race on her Grom. I think she'd win. I know it all comes with experience, and it's not to say that I don't have it, it's just say that I'm not as good. Son of a bitch, why do I keep doing that? Really need to adjust my clutch cable. The FZ09 has a much better turning radius, just simply for the fact that it has bars and not clip-ons. So turning around in a parking lot is considerably easier. So that part of my day is done. Alright, so I gotta be honest, my back already hurts. It's been I don't know, I was recording for like 17 minutes total, and I've gone maybe 5 or 6 miles. I am way too hot and way too squished over, and I'm starting to develop my own personal little swimming pool for my balls inside my leathers. Never a good story. My bike says it's 82 degrees outside. I don't know if I'm buying that. Unfortunately, this just further validates everything that I feel about this bike. It's horrible on the street. I look like a fucking stormtrooper. I'm way too hot. Who wants to wrap themselves in full leather to commute? I mean, which is realistically what I do on bikes. If I had time to go smash around the highway, to be honest with you, I would do it on the FZ09 or when I get at the MT10. I feel very, very irresponsible being on this bike, not wearing full leather, just because of its power, because of the twitchy throttle, because of how I ride it when I am actually riding it. But for commuting, it's like I just spent 15 minutes getting ready, sacrificing shit that was already in my pocket. I could have been out the door in 2 minutes on the FZ as opposed to getting on this and you know, wrapping myself in full black leather. And yeah, my gear is perforated, so even in 80 degrees I am way too warm. So I made a comment in my last motovlog about illegal workers, and some of you were, you know, on board. Some of you were like, man, that's racist and blah blah blah. It's really not, you guys. I don't care what ethnicity they are. If they came here illegally and they're taking jobs from people who are here legally, people who committed a crime to be here are taking jobs from people who are already here in our own fucking country. It's crippling the economy. And if you can't see that, you're a fucking moron. You know, you got, I'm gonna guess, John Smith right there. You know, this isn't me being racist. This is me being pissed off about the fact that a lot of you guys are losing your fucking work to people who are totally fine being paid in cash, where these shady fucking home builders don't have to pay them. You know, they don't have to pay taxes on their workers. They don't have to pay them medical benefits because legally they don't exist. If that doesn't piss you off, okay, you came here illegally and you found work and you're stealing work by taking it cheaper than anyone else. Yeah, I have a fucking problem with you. More than the people that I have a problem with are the fucking assholes who hire them. In my opinion, the people who are employing fucking illegals are worse than coyotes themselves. Or if they lose work here, what is their other option once they're here? Crime. Yeah. So those of you guys who are like, oh, you know, you're such a racist for thinking that way. No, dude, I'm not. You have hardworking Americans Jesus, that was so violent. You have hardworking Americans who have been here their entire lives, who are losing their jobs to people who are taking less income as cash, untaxed, without benefits, because technically the people don't exist legally anyways, and it's putting people out of work. If you're okay with that, you and me are not cool. And you can call me racist all you fucking want, but it's the truth. You know, you have, I don't care if, you know, it's black, Mexican, Ukrainian, you name it. I don't have a problem with any race, gender, or creed. I do not personally, no. I do have a problem with people who came here illegally, who are stealing work from people who already had those jobs, because everyone wants to make a buck. Everyone wants to save on fucking labor. If that makes me racist, then call me racist. I don't give a shit. It is destroying the American economy. Build the fucking wall. So another thing that I wanted to add really quick is, in my video yesterday, I made mention of how I approach customers about doing TSC on bug sweeps. I was kind of ambiguous on that, and that left it open for interpretation, and obviously you guys, as with most of anyone, you took it the wrong way. No, I don't instill that fear, and I don't lie to them telling them that, you know, there's lots of bugs being found in houses. When they ask me, I'll say, you know, I've never found any. But with that said, after our home was completed, we found keys to our door strategically placed around our property. So as our house was being built, we kept getting pushed back and delayed because all of our shit was getting stolen. Like we were getting, we actually had, well, here's a photo. Yeah, our entire upstairs was broken into and they ripped the carpet out of our entire upper floor. So, that was definitely a thing, and, you know, it is what it is. And before we moved in, there were people who found bugging devices, there were people who found hidden cameras in their homes. That is 100% true. And it's actually a really well documented thing around here. For those of you who don't know, I also drive a Jeep. There it is. 3%er, we will not comply, we will not disarm. Accuracy International, FN. And again, for those of you who don't know, I'm a very avid scuba diver. Cave, Rec, Tech, HK, SIG, Halcyon, Alpine Star, Serenity, Magpul. Clearing things up, not a racist. I just put the American working man above people who came here illegally. I don't care what race or gender you are. Has nothing to do with it. Has everything to do with the fact that you're stealing work from people who aren't criminals. And if you don't have a problem with that, alright, for those of you guys who ride, this is a device made by Chamberlain. Super convenient. Let me show you why. Okay, I just hopped on my bike, rolled it out of the garage, I'm in my full gear. Boop. Just got home. Boop. Yeah. So for 30 bucks, can't really beat it. Works with LiftMaster and like a trillion other brands. Chances are if your garage door opener was made in the last, I don't know, 20 years, it'll work with it. Really easy to program. It's keychain size. My wife has hers on her keychain for her Grom. So right now, we have the FZ09 in the garage. Again, I didn't get a chance to show you guys the install of this stuff because it was kind of boring. The SW Motec sliders, pipe. You guys saw the full install on that. My radiator guard. Let's see, what else? Light tech turn signals. Good old Akrapovich pipe. Still absolutely in love with that thing. Starting to actually get these broken in. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then really, really tucked LED turn signals in the back, which are completely illegal and you can't see them at all. And obviously my beloved stump grip, both on the FZ as well as the R1. Obviously it's not on my Grom. That's just because, you know, stunt Grom. And I'm usually sitting back here anyways. Bicycles, we ride a lot. And then the two Ruckuses. This is usually the helmet that I'm wearing on the R1. This is my AGV Pista. Not wearing it today, obviously, because I'm motovlogging. This doesn't have motovlog setup on it. But in a couple hours, there's going to be another car in here. All of these bikes are going to be stacked in line with all of those. And there will be a badass right-hand drive, super cool thing here. Place your guesses below. So I am going to upload this one right now. And I'm going to do a separate video on the car that I'm getting today, so you guys can see that and just focus 100% on it. So for those of you guys who don't know, Trick 100 is all I run in the R1. I am tuned for it, obviously. If you're not tuned for 100 octane, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not going to benefit you at all. Then again, it's not really going to hurt you. I did gain about 10 horsepower to the wheels with just the pipe, and then adding the Trick made it even that much more better. So good stuff all around. I'm going to peel myself out of this and get to editing, and I will see you guys in the next video.